Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
It's 12 noon in London, 7 a.m. in Philadelphia. And around the world, it's time for...
It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show.
So, as I said earlier, today I am joined by a very special guest indeed, my good lady wife, Jeanette. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm a little bit nervous, if I'm honest with you.
Nervous?
Aye.
I feel like Ken Bruce now when people ring up for the pop quiz. Don't be nervous, just sit back and enjoy. And, there's a big tin of Quality Street here.
No, there was.
Which ironically kind of goes across everything that Janet stands for these days.
It certainly does, though. Because with Weight Watchers, everything is on the menu, including Quality Street.
Really?
Yes.
You can actually say, if I don't eat that, I can have a Quality Street.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. I could eat some chicken and some eggs and save all of my... I could not drink wine and spend all of my points on Quality Street instead.
I could not drink wine.
That's never going to happen.
God, the day's going down already. What's flipping heck? Anyway, as I say, Janet's she's my wife. What can I say? And if you have a look on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Andy Snowden at Calon FM, stage and screen, little page for you, you'll just see how lucky I am. And how lucky she is as well, let's be honest. So you started life as, your professional life as an actress, didn't you?
I did.
And go on, tell everybody where you trained.
Went to Webber Douglas.
Webber Douglas in London town.
In that there London.
And who did you train with? Get a load of this.
Oh, we had Barry from EastEnders.
Barry from EastEnders.
Fantastic. That's a biggie, isn't it?
Yeah, I did. I saw him on the telly the other day being interviewed. He's doing pantomime at the moment.
Is he?
Where's he doing it? So I forget now. Don't matter anyway. And I thought, and I recorded it for you to watch.
Thank you. You just didn't tell me.
Yeah, I haven't told you, though. Mind you, that's just the way it is these days, isn't it? Christmas time, you record everything, you think, I'll watch that later. And then sort of mid-January, you think, I'm not going to watch that Christmas special now. That's ridiculous. Did you all have a nice Christmas, by the way? Let me know if you did. Andy Snowden at Calon FM Stage and Screen. Tell us what your favourite presents were. Have you got any quirky family traditions that you have? We've got a little family tradition, haven't we, in our house?
We've got a few, I think.
Go on, what's the weirdest, do you reckon?
Well, I don't think it's weird. I think it's normal. That Father Christmas obviously delivers the presents during the night time, and so the kids get to open their presents from Father Christmas in the morning, and then everything that's under the tree gets saved until after lunch.
Everything meaning people like friends and family and all the rest of it.
So
is that a normal thing? Do you reckon everyone does that?
I don't think everyone does do that, but I've always done it.
Yeah, you've already done it. Because before I met you, I never heard of that. It was just a free-for-all when I was a kid.
It kind of makes sense, though, doesn't it? Because it keeps the day going longer.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and I like that. Do we do anything else that's weird? I can't think.
I think Bethan mentioned before, it is the compulsory one sprout.
Yes, we all have a sprout on our dinner, and nobody, including you, that cooks the damn thing.
I hate them.
Nobody likes them.
Rebecca likes them.
Yes, that's true. That's our little one, our baby. Our baby who's now in Yale College. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so let's just cut out this gibber. Janet is a Weight Watchers leader, an award-winning Weight Watchers leader. Let's not forget it.
I'm a coach now.
Oh, what does that mean? What's the difference?
We changed the name from leader to coach because it was more about what the job involves.
Oh, okay.
Right,
okay.
Coaching, life skills, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because actually that's exactly what you do. I mean, people just think that you tell people what they can and can't eat. Yeah. And people sort of say, just have salad. But basically, it's guiding people through quite a traumatic thing, really.
I think,
or can be, I suppose.
Well, definitely, because it's all about the mindset. And nobody likes being told what they can and can't eat. There's no point me telling somebody what to eat. They need to decide for themselves what they want to do, what they choose to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you get involved with Weight Watchers? I can't remember.
Well, I got quite fat. So my back was bad, so I decided to take a little bit of control back and do what I could for myself. So I joined the local meeting, which just happened to be in our back garden.
Yes, it did. It did. Yeah, the church hall at the end of our garden. It wasn't actually in our shed. Yeah, anyway, go on.
Yeah, we were renting the shed out. I went and joined the meeting, and I suppose I'm a little bit all or nothing. So I was like the model Weight Watchers member. I lost weight every week. We went on holiday, went to Spain for a month, and I came back with a weight loss.
Yeah.
I was stunning, and I lost 5.5 stone in about 6 months.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, I wasn't an actress anymore, but I quite like getting up on my feet and talking. I thought, well, I could do that job. I could give that a go. So I applied to be a leader, as was then. And yeah, I got the job, opened a meeting in Chester, which is still running. I took over another meeting in Chester on a Thursday. That's still going strong as well. And then now I actually run the meeting that I used to go to as a member. So I'm in Gresford,
Yeah.
the Methodist.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, really amazing story of yours. Is well, I'll tell you what, we'll have a little bit more music, and then we'll have a chat about how you actually did it. Because as I say, people actually do think, and they always seem to joke about it, and they all say, "Oh, you're gonna have salad for me breakfast, and salad for me dinner, and salad for me tea." And as a partner, husband, I'm really good-looking one as well, of a Weight Watchers coach.
Thank you.
I can tell you, I don't think we've ever had a salad. Every meal we have is absolutely stunning, and Janet will tell you about all the things that you can and can't eat in a meal.
Here we go! Hey girls, hey boys, superstar DJs. Here we go!
What a monotonous, fantastic track that is. Chemical Brothers. Hey boy, hey girl, superstar DJ. Here we go. Brilliant. I love it. So, as we say, we are talking to Janet Snowden today, Weight Watchers coach extraordinaire. If you've got anything you'd like to ask her about how to start off a New Year's resolution, get in contact with me, Andy Snowden at Calon FM, stage and screen on the old Facebook. And yeah, we'll get those questions to her. Ooh, let's have a little bit of this, shall we?
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Couldn't it rage with ball the fire? I left it alone, baby. You're driving me crazy. Couldn't it rage with ball the fire?
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
So there we go. That is, oh, well, let's turn that down. Jerry Lee Lewis and Great Balls of Fire. And the reason why I played that, of course, is I am talking to my good lady wife this afternoon, Janet. And,
Forgot my name then, didn't you?
I did, actually, yeah. I'm having a bit of abuse on Facebook about how good looking you are in comparison to me. And, you know, I can't argue with that, but I mean, you know, don't say it to me face, kids. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Janet, as I say, she was once upon a time a professional actress, and you were in a show called Great Balls of Fire, weren't you?
I was.
A rock and roll musical.
Rock and roll musical. Went on tour day after we got married.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. A great show, that.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
It was really good fun. And I got away with, I made people think that I could play the saxophone.
Well, she was brilliant on the saxophone.
I don't know. Well, apparently I was the only person who went for the audition that actually got all the notes right. I played what they wanted to hear.
Well, the girl, when you got the job and you came around and sort of rehearsed in our house, didn't you?
Yeah.
And she went, Janet was the only one that could play the saxophone and could walk. What sort of an audition process was that?
Yeah, highly sought after.
So was it a good thing to be involved in that show?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I mean, pretty much, yeah, straight out of college, into rock and roll show on tour. It was such a good laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved being on tour. I know a lot of people hate it.
I'm not keen.
I just really liked it. I liked being in different places. I like hotel rooms. We just had such a good laugh. I mean, we'd go and do the show. You go back to your digs afterwards and probably spend most of the night.
Yeah.
Still, well, partying.
Yeah.
Stay in bed all day the next day, get up and go and do it all over again. Not a healthy way to live.
Not exactly the healthiest way to live, but it sounds like a whole lot of fun.
It was a right good laugh.
And I think that's why I didn't enjoy it when I went on tour, because I didn't. It sounds great going on tour if you've got everything sort of sorted out for you, but if you've got to sort out your own digs and find out every time you go to a new town and you've got to sort out the bus system and the trains and all that messing about. But you sort of like went around in a van, didn't you?
Didn't I? Wasn't I? No, I had a car.
Oh no, that was a different source.
That
Sorry.
was a different.
Yeah,
that was a different one.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and actually, to be fair,
Having a
you
row
didn't
here.
have to sort your digs out. I did them for you.
Yeah, no, you did, yeah. Although once Janet put me up in digs and it said 2 minutes from the theatre by foot. And I thought that was great until I got there and it was a different theatre.
Yeah.
And the theatre that I was in, it was about 15 minutes. Oh, God, nightmare. 15 minutes by car, I think it was. Anyway, I moved. Anyway, all's well that ends well. Yeah, Janet is now a Weight Watchers coach, and I've asked for some questions for her. And a few people, weirdly, have asked about cheese.
Oh, you gotta love cheese. haven't you?
Cheese now over Christmas, and a lot of people, including us,
Yeah.
have bought far too much cheese.
Do it every year.
Now, can you freeze cheese? Is that a thing?
It's something that we've looked into, and yes, you can, and it's still absolutely well. You can freeze hard cheese, but apparently it's great for cooking with, but it changes the texture.
Right,
So it
okay.
goes a little bit crumbly. So what a lot of people are doing, has been suggested by a number of my members, is that they grate the cheese, put it into bags, and then cook with it.
Grate the cheese. Oh, grate it first.
Grate it first.
Can you freeze it then?
Yeah, well, you can freeze it anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, they have it ready grated, so then portioned out so that they can use it in their cooking.
Ah, right. Okay, fair enough. So I suppose it's better than it ended up in the bin, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah. And is it astonishingly high in fat?
Depend. Yeah, it is quite high. Well, you can get lower fat ones. I get the for general use, get the 50% less fat cheddar thing.
Right.
But again, it's all about balance, isn't it? Just to have some. Have a little bit of what you fancy does you good. I mean, certainly grating cheese and putting it into omelettes and things like that is fantastic because
Yeah.
it doesn't take much.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So which is the highest cheese, do you reckon? I mean, Bousson, or is that what you say?
Du vin, du pain, du boisson.
Yeah, that looks astonishingly high, and I think it's because I really like it. Then you think, well, that's got to be bad for you.
Well-
If you like it, then it's bad, surely.
Well, no, and I think that's the thing is, saying something's bad. It's not bad. No food is bad. It's about balance.
You're not telling me chips aren't good for you?
The ones I make are.
Yes, I know, but normal chips that you get from the chippy.
If you like them, too much of anything is bad for you, isn't it? But nothing in small amounts is bad for you.
No, fair enough. Well, there you go then. If you've asked about cheese and what to do with it when it goes rock hard, there you go. So unless it's going green, so to speak, and rotting, you can just chuck it in a meal and cook it with it. All right, okay. All right, perfect. All right then, so we are talking to Janet this afternoon. She's now a Weight Watchers coach, an award-winning Weight Watchers coach. Let's not forget it.
Oh, you big me up.
And I know, but someone's got to. So if you're thinking this after tomorrow night, I am going to go on a diet and I'm going to do it properly this time. If you live in the Wrexham area, specifically Gresford or Mole is where Janet is, but there are Weight Watchers sessions.
Meetings.
Meetings.
Let's go for meetings.
God, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say a lot of wrong things this afternoon. You can just feel it, can't you? Get in contact with me, and Janet will point you in the right direction. And also as well, she's brought a load of books with her, and we're going to have some lovely recipes. And if you've got a favourite recipe, right, and you think, I wonder if Weight Watchers do that, it probably is a thing. Get in contact with us and we'll sort that out for you. All right, no worries. Take it easy on yourself. Back in a mo.
Your community, your music. Calon FM on 105 FM.
When you think about it, he's watching every word you say.
Absolutely superb, that, innit? You never get tired of hearing that. Stereophonics, The Bartender and the Thief, and done a little bit of a schoolboy error there. I've just stuck a Quality Street in my mouth just before I came to speak. I'll be back to you in a minute.
Your community, your music. Calon FM on 105 FM. Your community, your music. Calon FM 105 FM.
Ooh, I love pressing it twice. Right, so back to the beautiful Janet. Here she is, and James Ben, is that his name? Sorry, mate. He's asked if he wants to join his local Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
How does he go? How does he go about it?
Well, just go onto the Weight Watchers site. You can actually you can search for meetings on there. Just put in your postcode. You can just Google it. To be honest, you could say my local Weight Watchers meeting. It'll bring up all the local ones to him.
Yeah.
If he goes to the Weight Watchers website, they've also got coaches, online coaches there. You can click and ask questions and click to chat.
Fantastic. And I've got to say as well, a lot of people talking about this before and after photograph that we've got here on my Facebook page. If you've not seen it yet, everybody, have a little look. See Andy Snowden at Calon FM stage and screen. It's on there, and there's a photograph of Janet singing. I think it's in a karaoke bar in Spain.
I think it was.
A lot of time spent in Spain.
It was.
And the other picture is of her after she lost quite a lot of weight. Was that when you won that award?
That was when I was in the magazine.
You were in a magazine,
it was Love Your Leader. We were leaders then.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, Love Your Leader.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like two different people, and I like nothing better than a before and after photograph.
I love them.
They're absolutely brilliant, aren't they? Everything.
Yeah, absolutely love them. And the thing is, it's something you have to come up with when you become a coach. You need to give your before photo.
Yeah.
The problem is, of course, is that people don't have them, because when you're really overweight, you don't have your photo taken, and they want full length ones. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I found some absolute corkers. I love them.
Yeah.
And the more it makes people gasp, the better.
I think you're right, because some of them, and I've seen some on your page, and you know, in all greatest respect and all that, they look like different people.
I know. To be honest, there's one that I've used quite a bit, and I think it's just a really bad photo, because I'm sure I wasn't that bad. I know I was very overweight, but I don't remember.
Sorry, I meant to interject there. No, you didn't look bad.
Yeah, a bit late on that one then.
Yeah, go on.
I think it must have been a bad angle, but I don't remember. I remember feeling very overweight, but it's often photos or videos that are the things that trigger people to decide that they're going to lose weight.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's got to matter.
Yeah.
And it's got to matter more than anything else most of the time.
I suppose it's one of them things, you can only do it for yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
There's no use saying I'm going to get thin for my boyfriend, or I'm going to get thin for some whatever. Yeah. But you as well, because I mentioned it earlier, I touched on it, you had a terrible injury on your back.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
And you went for an operation. It was almost like the last chance hotel, and they said, if this doesn't work, then nothing will.
Yeah.
And you went for that thing in Ellesmere Port. You had an operation on your back, and it didn't 100% work, if I seem to remember rightly.
It was definitely better
Yeah.
after, but then it didn't really work. And then I'd had the injection-y things, the epidurals.
Yeah.
One worked, one didn't,
Yeah.
but they don't last very long. And I don't know, I was getting, I was going to like pain management things with the hospital, and I thought, the NHS is doing absolutely everything it can for me.
Yeah.
Whether weight loss would help or not, I didn't know, but I thought you've got to give yourself a fighting chance, haven't you?
Yeah.
And do what you can to help yourself.
Yeah. And do you believe it did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, when I did put weight back on again, to get it back off, it ended up being the same reason. It was taking control of back pain.
Yeah.
And it's not a fix all. It won't cure a slipped disc, but it definitely helps.
Yeah.
It eases off.
Well, when I hurt my back, and my doctor said to me, you could always lose weight, and I was like 9 stone.
You were right skinny, weren't you?
Yeah, and I said, I don't think weight's a thing with me. You know what I mean? But as you say though, I mean, if you try it, just give it a whirl, and if it doesn't work, then so what?
This is it.
You've lost nothing.
The physios at the pain management said there's no evidence to suggest that weight loss will make any difference, but common sense tells you it's got to.
Yeah.
Because if you're carrying less weight, it's going to hurt less.
Yeah. And how much of it do you think is a mental thing? Just, you know, I mean, to sort of.
What, losing weight?
Yeah. I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is if you lose, like, say, I'm going to lose 2 stone to go on holiday.
Yeah.
Then you're going to put it back on when you come back, aren't you?
A lot of people, it depends, yeah. People have different reasons for doing it, and holidays and weddings and things are a big one.
Yeah.
That the problem with that is, once the event has happened, and to be honest, losing weight and keeping weight off are 2 different things, different ball game.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Weight Watchers is fantastic. You know, if you get to your goal weight, you've got access to everything for free for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Right, we'll hold it there because we're going to go to the news. But if you've got anything you want to ask Janet, this is hotting up now, hotting up for a good old New Year's resolution. Get yourself to Weight Watchers. Andy Snowden at Calon FM, Stage and Screen, or indeed Calon FM on the old Twitter. We'll see you after the news.
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM. Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
You're listening to Andy Snowden live on Calon FM, here till 3 p.m. this afternoon, joined by the most beautiful girl in the world. Oh, I'm going to be sick.
He's a very small man.
Anton de Beck, I bet you look good on the dance floor. I do, actually, yeah.
The Andy Snowden Radio Show.
Do you remember that show on the old TV? Or love that film on a DVD? Or heard about a show that you'd love to see? Then all you need to do is stick with me. So yeah, that's me, Andy Snowden, and this is the music from Stage and Screen show live on Calon FM, here till 3 p.m. this afternoon. Unfortunately, if you haven't heard, the football has been cancelled for Wrexham Town, wherever they should have been playing. I should have looked that up. It's a frozen pitch, so that match has been, well, not cancelled, it's been postponed, as the Chester one as well. Yeah, so soz about that. Yeah, I'm here this afternoon with Janet Snowden, just happens to be my wife, but also Weight Watchers leader in the Wrexham vicinity. Welcome back. Hello, there she is. Quite nice voice, actually. I've asked for a few questions, and a few questions we have got. And Jack Parry, he's asking something about an app. What is that? Weight Watchers got an app?
Yeah, we've got a 5-star app. It's absolutely fantastic.
What, something you can just download onto your phone, is that right?
Yeah, when you sign
okay.
up, you sign up to Meetings and Online, or just the online, you get access to the website, but you also get access to the app. Which obviously, I mean, we can't live without our phones now, can we? I can't anyway.
Nope.
But it's got a barcode scanner on it, so you scan the labels on the foods and it tells you the points in them.
Really?
Yeah, it's absolutely fab. It's full of recipes, tips, ideas. There's a fantastic community on there called Connect.
Right.
So you're just talking to other Weight Watchers members. You can track on it, so if you track your food, so you know how many points you've got left or how many you haven't got left, as the case may be at the moment.
And presumably you have to be a member to get that, do you? Or can you just...
Yeah, you need to be a member to get the app. Yeah,
right. Is it free?
It's free. Well, it comes with it all in the package. Either if you're doing the online or if you're doing Meetings and Online.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, all part of the package. It is an amazing bit of kit.
Oh, there you go then.
Recipe Builder's brilliant because you can put like anything that you like eating, your favourite foods, and you just put it through the Recipe Builder, and it points it all for you. Tells you how many points per portion. It's great. I love it.
It sounds fantastic. And we've had loads and loads of questions about recipes. And I think mainly is because people, they like comfort food, don't they?
Yeah.
And like everyone likes fish. I'm presuming everyone likes fish and chips. But let's just take fish and chips for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Can you have fish and chips?
Yeah, you can have fish and chips from the chippy. In fact, you could just put it in the app and it tell you how many points it is. I think it's about, off the top of my head, I think it's about 30.
Right.
But you can make it. So I met fish and chips is lovely. I'm of the opinion you're always going to like the food that you always liked, which was probably what made you overweight in the first place.
Yeah.
So you just got to find a way of having it, but making it healthier. And fish and chips is an easy one. I mean, well, you like my chips, don't you?
Love them.
Even when I put grass on them.
She puts grass on the chips.
I like grass.
Oh, that's horrendous.
It's rosemary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I make my own chips, and then I mean fish. On Flex Plan, you don't have to count fish, so you get a nice bit of cod and just put it in some breadcrumbs. And it's virtually no points in that at all.
So what you just mentioned there, the points thing. What's that?
Right. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Every food, well, not every food. Every food has got a points value, unless it is a 0-pointed food, which
So, like, higher in fat, the more points it is.
things that are high in fat, high in sugar
Aye.
are higher in points,
Yeah.
and things that are higher in fibre and protein are lower in points.
Okay.
So what it does is it means that nothing's off limits, but it guides you very much to making good choices. So since our latest innovation, we had a few tweaks to the plan, which came in November. So we've included more 0-pointed foods, which includes chicken, eggs, all fish and seafood, beans and pulses, all of that. You don't have to count them anymore.
So let me just get this right. If you eat that, you can eat as much as that if you want.
Yeah. I've tested it out. It's quite difficult to eat too much of it because they're the sort of foods that really fill you up.
Yeah.
You can have an omelette, a chicken omelette, and 0 points in that, unless you decide you're going to put a bit of cheese in. So
Right.
back to the cheese.
So when I make an omelette, I use cooking oil.
No, I don't.
Does that up the pointage?
Yes, but doesn't mean that you can't have it. In fact, I think it's something that people do quite a lot. If they decide they're going to lose weight and they cut out all of the fat completely, which isn't a good idea. You need some healthy oils in your diet. And personally, I'd rather have a teaspoon of a rapeseed oil or something like that, nice healthy oil, than mess about with Frylight.
Yeah.
But-
Right, I see what you mean, yeah. So hang on then, let's just get this right. Okay, I'm on a roll here. So do you get you're allowed to have 40 points in a day, or and then you're not allowed to go over that, or how does it work?
It's all about choice, isn't it? I get 23 points a day. But if I go,
That's the most specific thing you've ever said. Why have you chosen 23?
I haven't chosen.
Oh, right.
That's the lowest daily allowance that anyone would be on.
Oh, right.
So a lot of people are on that. So I've got 23 points that I can spend on anything that I want.
Okay.
If I go over that, which tends to happen quite a lot at the weekend, or actually every day at the moment, then I've got a weekly allowance, which I can dip into as well.
Yeah.
I can, if I manage to save some points in a day, I can roll over 4 of those and they go onto my weekly allowance, which is great then at weekends. So if you're focusing on your 0-pointed foods and build your meals around those, it leaves a lot of wriggle room. So you can have your cheese, you can have your Quality Street, you can have your wine, whatever it is that takes your fancy.
All right, brilliant. Well, I'll tell you what, let's put this app to the test then. We've got a thing of Quality Street here. And while we're listening to this, we've had a request from Rebecca, and she wants a little bit of Rent from the musical Rent. Here you go, kiddo. Caramba, that's a tune, innit? That's for Rebecca. Cheers for that.
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
Well, there you go. A little bit of Rent. Fantastic. That's from the musical Rent, of course. And just before we went to that track, I asked Janet to test. We put the Weight Watchers app to a test. And what you need to do is, when you've got this app, scan the barcode on something. And the only thing that we've really got in here is a box of Quality Street. Something that I think most people have got in their houses at this present time. And Janet's going to give us the results on Quality Street.
I am. It was a very quick result, I have to say.
It was, actually.
It was, and I think we should say that it's not a box, it's more of a tub.
It's a tub of box.
So if we were to eat the whole 700 gram tub, that would be 170 smart points. We could have 100 grams for 24 smart points.
Right.
Or we could have 2 sweets for 5 smart points.
Okay. So this sort of brings us back to the sort of the whole mental part of losing weight. You've really got to sort of engage your brain, haven't you? So you can't just walk around town and because I'm not doing it, I can just go, oh, I fancy a bag of chips, or I fancy a McDonald's or something, or anything like that. But if you're thinking to yourself, but I've already had 8 points with me,
I've already eaten a tub of sweets.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but the whole idea with this is it's the most livable, flexible plan that we've ever had. So, you can go into McDonald's. If I had my app open now, I could have a look. But I know that their chicken and bacon salad, I'm pretty sure, is 1 smart point.
1?
Yeah.
God.
And I did that once. I felt proud.
Must be difficult to go to McDonald's and order a salad.
Well, it was, but I was feeling quite focused at the time, and it was really nice. To be fair, the things that shock you are the milkshakes. Oh,
What are they?
well, I'll have to have a look, but I know there's more points in some of the milkshakes and coffees and that at Costa than there is in a bottle of wine.
God.
I know.
But yeah, and Costa, yeah. You said about them, the better, I suppose. But 'cause the price is ludicrous. Sorry, that it is. It's come out. Yeah.
I think other coffee outlets are also available.
There are, and also KFC and Burger King as well, and Les's Chippy. Is it still Les's?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, I
the
think
one
so.
by Tesco?
Yeah, no, the one
also
by...
close to Asda?
No, the one by McDonald's. I think it's called Les's. And then you've got the Joneses. Joneses, best chips in Wrexham. And I dare anybody to defy me. Right, okay. Somebody's asked about finding local meetings, but I think we've kind of touched on that, haven't we? How do you find your local meeting? Just reiterate that.
Just go to the website to, I think, www.weightwatchers.co.uk, and there's a find a meeting little tab thing on it. You just click on there and put in your postcode. But I can tell you where the local meetings are for Wrexham
go on.
district. Right, we've got quite a lot of meetings at Maesgwyn Training Centre and Training and Conference Centre. That's 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. on a Monday, 9:30 on a Thursday, 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Then we've got Whitchurch, which is quite close, Civic Centre, Tuesday at 6:30, Wednesday at 9:30. Wrexham and District War Memorial Club, Tuesday at 9:30. One in Bradley, Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then Thursday at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. in St Mary's Church, Rhuaben. Then there's my good self. I'm in Gresford Methodist Church at 8:15 and 9:30 on a Friday.
Yeah.
There's a meeting here at Glyndŵr on a Saturday morning at 9:30. And I am also in Mould Grosvenor Hall on a Wednesday at 9:30, and a new meeting opening next week at 10:45 a.m. And there's also another girl that runs meetings there on Thursday at 5:30 and 7 p.m.
Excellent. She did all that off the top of her head. That's unbelievable. That's absolutely...
We know me stuff.
Okay, that's unbelievable. Right, we'll have a little bit more music, and then when we come back, Janet can tell us what you can actually expect from a Weight Watchers meeting. Oh, I've always wanted to know, haven't you?
I don't like your little games. Don't like your tilted stage. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
There you go, Taylor Swift. Look what you made me do. Sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone because she's dead. What was you thinking?
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
So, I can't believe she's put that in her song. She's quite good as well, Taylor Swift, isn't she? And sorry, can you imagine when she ran that back past the producer? Hey, I got a good idea. Just before the end of the song, why don't I say, I can't come to the phone at the moment because I'm dead? And they said, yeah, go on then, do what you want. Of course they did. Anyway, you're listening to Andy Snowden on Calon FM. Oh, God, I'm laughing here. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's the Station Screen Show. Of course it is. It's Saturday, isn't it? And it's 1:30, and we're here till 3 o'clock this afternoon. Don't be waiting for the football, because unfortunately it's been cancelled because of the weather. And I am joined by my good lady wife, Janet, this afternoon, who is a Weight Watchers coach. I've been corrected. And yeah, so and we were just saying before we went to that song there by Taylor Swift. Of course, she's dead.
Sad.
What is it that when you I think the main thing for people is getting over the doorstep into a Weight Watchers meeting.
Massive. What
can they expect when they go to one of these meetings?
You're absolutely right. The biggest thing is actually doing it, because I know certainly when I went, I didn't know what I was going to walk into. I was expecting, to be honest, like fat fighters from the telly. I thought it was going to be like that, and everybody would be knowing your weight, and it's a lovely, lovely place to be. Everybody is in the same boat. Everybody's there. I mean, you get people of all different shapes and sizes, because we've got a lot of gold members who are still coming weekly to get weighed in and to attend and to get the support.
Yeah.
But you walk in, you should be welcomed by a welcoming lady.
Yeah.
And you fill in a form, unless you've already filled it in online. And you'd come and see me or my counterpart. Everybody there is going to be nice to you. Nobody's going to shout your weight out. Nobody's going to tell you off.
Yep.
Unless you say, I mean, sometimes people come into a meeting and they go, right, I need someone to tell me off. I need you to be firm with me. And I'm like, okay. But no, it's all about support and help, and knowing that whatever you're going through, every other person in that room completely understands it.
Well, exactly. Everyone's in the same boat, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, but you think it's just you.
Yeah.
You know, what else would you? Of course you would.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Jean Niditch created Weight Watchers in her kitchen.
Yeah.
And I think it was from it wasn't NHS because it was in America, but it was from a doctor's diet plan.
Yep.
And it was just because she was going around talking to her friends and realised that everybody had the same issues. So they just got together in a kitchen, and then it grew and it got too big for a kitchen. And yeah, definitely too big for a kitchen now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so what? Because you said you did 2 meetings, one at 8:15 in Gresford, one at 8:15 and one at 9. No,
9:30.
9:30.
Yeah.
So does a session last an hour?
Yeah, there's a half.
What happens? Do they get out then, and another group come in?
That's the idea. Also, to be honest, in Gresford, sometimes some people stay for the 2 meetings,
right? Because
you're never going to get the same meeting twice. You've got a talking point, so we've got something that we're sort of going to focus on for the week. But then it's about member experience, and so people are talking. You very much go with the flow of what people want. Yeah. So you're never going to get the same meeting twice, and you're going to get suggestions and ideas and input from different people each time. So yeah, the weigh-in on the first meeting is 8:15 until 8:45, and then I'd like to say I get up and talk for half an hour, but I don't. We have a chat. For about half an hour, and then I do it all again, and then the same in Mould on a Wednesday. I've got a new meeting opening.
A brand new one?
Brand new. Well, yeah, I'm already there at 9:30 on a Wednesday, and from next Wednesday, there'll be another meeting running after it at 10:45.
All right, perfect.
More choice.
All right, there you go then. Okay, this is Janet, and she's talking about Weight Watchers. And if you've got a New Year's resolution to lose a little bit of weight, and you're feeling a little bit, I don't know if you should, I feel a little bit stupid. Well, that's exactly how I'd feel, to be honest with you. It's not my bag just to walk into a room. It's probably a good idea to go with a mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of husbands and wives. As well as more men now than they used to be.
Forget it. I'm not doing it. No, absolutely not.
Uniting our community on 105 FM.
The Andy Snowden Radio Show. Do you remember that show on the old TV? Or love that film on a DVD? Or heard about a show that you'd love to see? Then all you need to do is stick with me.
I am Gemma Collins, former Towie star, best known for always being on a diet.
There you go, the cult love removal machine taken from the movie It, the brand new movie It, and Andy sat here vigorously air drumming in the studio. Bit embarrassing with my wife here.
Uniting our community on 105 FM, Calon FM.
So, as I say, this is the Stage and Screen Show, live on Calon FM, here till 3 p.m. this afternoon. And if you've got anything to say about it, you can. Andy Snowden at Calon FM, Stage and Screen on the old Facebook. That's all you've got to do. Get in contact with us and have your say on anything we're talking about. Incidentally, if you've been to see a show in the last few weeks, a pantomime preferably, a Christmas show, and you want us all to hear about it, get in contact with me and let me know, and I will express it to the masses and all 4 people who are listening, and we'll have a little chat later about all the pantoos that are going on. There's a few in town at the moment. A couple in Wrexham and in Mould as well at Theatre Clwyd. Actually, 2 in Theatre Clwyd. 2 brilliant shows in Theatre Clwyd. You've got to go see them. Right, back to Janet. Hiya.
Hi.
Just before we went to the break there, we were talking about food that you can and can't eat. And specifically, I said fish and chips.
You did, and I've had a message off the kids.
Oh, what
they want to know if they can go and get a chippy.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I said they could.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I said it was your fault.
Parenting in the 2000s and 17s, that it is. That's why our children have nothing wrong with them. Go on, fish and chips.
Right, yeah, so I went onto Weight Watchers website and I typed in fish and chips, and I've got a nice recipe come up here, which is 8 smart points. It's got, what have we got? Potatoes, olive oil, salt, pepper, plain white flour, egg, water, breadcrumbs, haddock, lemon and vinegar. And it says to preheat to gas mark 6, 200 degrees centigrade, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Preheat the oven, I presume that means, yeah. Mist a baking sheet with spray cooking oil. Put potato wedges into a roasting pan. Add olive oil and toss to coat. Season with salt and pepper. Bake for 30 minutes.
Right, okay. Look how immature we are because she said tossed. Listen, just haddock. Is haddock better than cod?
No.
Why haddock then?
It could be. You could also do it equally with cod.
Right.
Both are 0 points.
You see, I can't taste any difference between haddock and cod.
But cod costs more, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, it's a bit more expensive than haddock. I think you get sort of it's to do with the fishing and how much of it there is. I think
because when I'm in the chippy, it's usually the elderly people who will come in and say, "Have you got a nice bit of haddock?" And they'll and I think, why specifically haddock? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I mean, because I'd like to say to them, if they gave you cod, would you know?
It's whitefish, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure some people do know. I personally can't tell the difference, so I go for whatever's on offer.
Yeah.
So
our son, a couple of weeks ago, he went and bought some trout, and he said, "We're having trout for tea." He treated us, and he bought some trout and he cooked it for us.
He did buy it with our money.
He did buy it with our money, but he cooked it, didn't he?
He did.
And to all intents and purposes, it was salmon.
Yes.
It was just, I don't know.
Anyway, so put the potato wedges into the, yes, we've done that bit, and bake them for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare fish. Sprinkle flour onto a plate, season with salt and pepper. Beat egg and water together in a shallow bowl. Sprinkle breadcrumbs onto a separate plate. Coat the fish in seasoned flour. Dip into the egg mixture and then coat in breadcrumbs. Arrange on a baking sheet. Reduce the oven to gas mark 5 or 190 degrees centigrade, 375 Fahrenheit. Continue to bake the potatoes with the fish positioned below for another 15 to 20 minutes. To check that the fish is cooked, test it with a fork. Well, eat it. The flesh should be opaque and should flake easily. Serve the fish and chips with vinegar, lemon wedges, salt and pepper, and garnish with parsley. Bit of grass there for you.
And that sounds brilliant. I mean, that sounds so doable for me.
They rate all the recipes as difficulty and all that, and that is an easy one. And to be honest, yeah, I've made that a lot.
I mean,
nice.
yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm looking at the website as you're saying it, and I'm thinking to myself, well, that's you hearing you say it. It sounds hard work.
Yeah, it's
looking
dead
at
easy.
it looks very. I mean, for me, it was a little bit, not a little bit backward in doing the old cooking.
It's making stuff easy, isn't it? It's like, call it a wedge.
Yeah.
That means that you don't have to peel the potato.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the way it works, isn't it?
Yeah, I was once teased on Facebook because I made chips with the skin still on, and everyone thought I was being a little bit posh.
Lazy.
And I thought, no, they're very lazy because there's no, once they're cooked, you can't. There's no real difference, is there?
No. And to be honest, you can looking at that recipe now, when I decide to behave myself again in a few days' time, you could do that and use butternut squash, do the same thing but use butternut squash to make the chips, and that recipe would reduce significantly because there's virtually nothing in it that needs counting, just the breadcrumbs and a little bit of oil.
Butternut squash chips.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Are they?
I must admit, when I first had them, I thought I was going to feel a bit cheated, but no, they're really nice. Really nice.
Let us know if you've tried them, anybody. Butternut squash chips.
You have to do it my special way.
Not 100% sure about that one.
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
So let's have a look for another. We'll vigorously look for another recipe. If you want to have a chat with Janet this afternoon, you're more than welcome to. You can just get in contact with me, Andy Snowden at Calon FM, stage and screen. Oh, hello. A few more questions are coming in. We'll have them after this. Here's one for the kids.
You can't stop looking at me, staring at me, be what I be. You can't stop looking at me, so get up on my butt. I got it in check.
from the 2010 X Factor. That was, what was she called? Just as I said it went away. Cher Lloyd, Swagger Jagger. I'll be honest, I quite like that.
Uniting our community on 105 FM, Calon FM.
So, yes, so as I say, this is the Andy Snowden radio show. Music from stage and screen coming to you live, I tell you, from Calon FM in the Glyndŵr University grounds. Here we are. And I have got with me today my good lady wife, Janet, and we are talking all things Weight Watchers for all you people who fancy a brand new regime for the beginning of the new year. And Rachel Fryer has sent a message, or a question I should say. She said, could you ask Janet, what do you think about Weight Watchers Flex? Don't know what that is. And how does it work, or does it work with family eating? Weight Watchers Flex, what's that?
Weight Watchers Flex.
Oh, sorry.
You turn me off.
Yeah.
Oh, turn me down. Weight Watchers Flex is our fantastic plan. And what I love about it is it put me firmly back in control. The fact that I can roll over 4 points a day, and I've got now so many more 0-pointed foods to choose from, meant that it was easy to stay within my daily allowance and be able to roll those 4 over onto my weeklies. So then at the weekends, I didn't start blowing it. I kept in control of what I was eating, and we still had fab foods. But I was also able to have the wine without blowing the entire week. And then the thing is, you get it sort of like a sod it syndrome.
Yeah.
You think, well, I've blown it now, I might as well just go and eat a pie.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't do that, and I've lost 2 stone on Flex as well. And it looks like you didn't notice we were doing it. Well, you did get me an egg boiler.
Well, I didn't, and that's the second part of the question. If you've got kids who aren't like obviously trying to lose weight, possibly not trying to lose weight, it's still all right for them with the same food.
It's family eating. So I mean, if you think about the dinners that we've had, we have salmon. Ooh, I love a bit of salmon and bacon, which is a great family meal.
Yeah.
I would tend to give you lot slightly more on the potatoes than I'd give myself. I'd give myself less. But yeah, so you have more of it. But it's family food. It's the food that we've always loved and eaten. That's never going to change. I just pulled up a recipe here for turkey and ham pie because it seems a bit festive.
Yeah.
We had a lovely turkey and ham pie, didn't we?
Yeah, we did
the other day.
Yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely fab.
Yeah. And I made a chicken curry.
Oh, and that's a hairy dieter, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it works out as about 1 point.
Yeah.
On Flex.
Yeah.
So because the chicken or the turkey as it was is 0, then your 0% fat natural yogurt goes in it. That's all 0, and I love it because it tastes so nice.
It is possibly one of the nicest things we have, and I make it.
And which is very handy.
What can you say? Tracy Bennett has got in contact, and she said butternut squash chips are lush. She says, and but here you go. Look, she also uses it sliced instead of pasta sheets on lasagna.
Yeah, you can buy it like that.
Right.
I did it. You all noticed, and you didn't like it.
Oh, right.
But yeah, you can buy it as lasagna sheets.
Okay, I didn't notice.
Didn't you?
No.
Well, the kids were going, Mum, what have you done to the lasagna?
Lasagna's orange. What's going on here? Yeah, cheers, Trace. Give us a song to play, kiddo. Yeah, and that goes for everybody as well. If you've got a song you would like playing this afternoon, get in contact with us, and we will have a few more tunes after the news. I'll see you in a mo.
Uniting our community on 105 FM, Calon FM. This is Calon FM.
Andy Snowden, the wonderful world of stage and screen, live on Calon FM.
It's all done in the best possible taste.
welcome back to the third and final hour of Andy Snowden with music from stage and screen live on Calon FM here till 3 p.m. this afternoon, and I'm joined by my good lady wife Janet, talking all things Weight Watchers and for you to have a successful weight loss in 2018 if that's what your bag is. Right then, I have asked for people to get in contact with me and give us a song to play, and Tracy Bennett has got straight back in contact with me after her wonderful pasta sheets idea with a butternut squash. Thanks for that, Trace, again, marvellous. And she says, my daughter Rachel, hang on, hold on, what?
I said it's a very versatile vegetable.
That's what she says. It's exactly what she says. It's so versatile. She said, my daughter Rachel wonders if you've got Kids Game from Blood Brothers. What do you think? There you go, Kids Game from Blood Brothers, especially for Rachel in the Bennett household, and that starred actually David Cassidy. Yeah, there you go. Did I ever tell you I was in Blood Brothers?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I don't like to tell anybody.
No.
Uniting our community on 105 FM, Calon FM.
It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show.
Yes, indeed, that is me, Andy Snowden, and you're listening to the Stage and Screen Show here till 3 p.m. this afternoon, live on Calon FM and in the Glyndŵr University Towers. Anyway, this afternoon I am joined by my good lady wife, Janet, and I'm babysitting, really, so that's why she's here. And as we thought it would be a good idea, as she is a Weight Watchers coach, for her to come in, especially at this time of year when a lot of people have New Year's resolutions to lose a few pounds after Christmas, and a few people have asked us actually about mince pies over Christmas. Now, what's that all about? Is that a thing?
Well, like I've said before, you can have them, but we had a bit of a discussion in one of my meetings about mince pies, and it's like the average one. I think the average pie was 11 smart points on the bought ones, but you can make them yourself. Use a bit of the old phyllo pastry.
Yes.
And they're much lower in points that way. But if a mince pie is your thing, I had a lovely mince pie on Christmas Eve at Shell and Anthony's.
Yeah.
I think it was from a bakery.
I must say, you're not going to know who Shell and Anthony are. They're friends of ours. Yes, they had lovely mince pies.
They did.
They were from a bakery, though, weren't they?
Yeah,
proper.
they were dead posh. They were.
Yes, they were very posh. Incidentally, she's not very well now, so it might have been because of the mince pies.
I hope she's better.
I too as well. We're supposed to be going there tomorrow for a do. Get well soon, Michelle. I'll tell you what, we'll just go around there anyway.
She'll catch it.
Yeah, she'll like that.
She'll love that, yeah.
Tell you what, if you're going on anywhere tomorrow on a New Year's Eve party, let us know about it. Tell us about the parties, because it looks like we're going to need one. A few people have said about like sort of kind of falling off the wagon and getting back on again.
Oh yeah, we've all done that.
Is that? I mean, that must be something that happens a lot.
Of course it does. We're all human, aren't we?
So even yourself as a leader, as a coach.
Yeah, and I felt really bad about it at the time, but not bad enough to stop eating lots of sausage rolls. I lost 5.5 stone initially to get to goal. Then I became a coach, and I'm never that good at staying exactly the same. I'm sort of like, I'm really good at losing weight. I'm brilliant at putting it on. But staying the same has always been a bit of an awkward one. But I sort of maintained there or thereabouts for about 4 years, something like that. And then I put it all back on, plus an extra stone on top.
How does that happen?
I know exactly how it happened. I was eating an awful lot of food.
It's like listening to Blue Planet, isn't it?
It is.
I'm astonished. So you ate food and you got fat, right? Okay.
Yeah, but I was doing things like I'd go to the spa. Are we allowed to talk about promotional? Yes, yeah. We'd go to the spa every day and have a sausage roll and a pie, which I'd then get rid of the wrappers before I came home. They weren't a meal; they were just an intermediary sort of snack.
Right.
And then when you all went to bed, I'd get a box of crisps down and work my way through those as well.
Why?
I don't know. Old habits. I think old habits die hard. I always say it's a bit like, you know, those machines that you get at the fair where the things bop up and you hit them with a hammer to knock them down. It's like that. You learn about creating a new relationship with food and you learn new habits, but the old ones have been there a long time.
Yeah.
So they have a habit of rearing their ugly head every now and again, particularly if you're feeling a bit low. So it's almost like a self-sabotage thing, and you know you're doing it. It doesn't make you feel good. But anyway, so I started again, but this time, this weight loss journey has been so different to what it was the first time, and this one feels much more sustainable. It feels much healthier, because you say about beating yourself up when you fall off the wagon. Well, I don't anymore. It's just like okay, and I've heard it described a couple of times. It's like if you had a bunch of flowers and the head on one of them was dead or fell off, you wouldn't chop the heads off all the others as well. So one bad day, one bad choice doesn't destroy everything. It's one thing, and that's made a big difference to me. So I mean, I've pushed the boundaries a lot more, but so the weight loss has been slower, but it's definitely sustainable. I've had a sneaky peek this morning at the scales, and it's been it's over a week. I'm doing pretty much what I want, and it's not looking that bad.
Right.
It's a few pound. It's not terrible.
Because I suppose as well at this time of year, I think everybody can. They all know that feeling of when you've got a bag of crisps next year, especially a big bag of crisps.
Yeah.
And you just can't stop eating them for some reason. And I don't know what that is, because once they've gone, you don't miss them.
No, it's
only when they're there that you're going, I've got to have another one.
There's a thing that it's like, I think it's the first and the last taste of anything that you have are the only ones that you really register. And that makes total sense. That, if you have a packet of crisps, the first one, you go, ooh, and then the last one, you savour it because it's the last one. The rest of it's mindless.
Yeah.
Just mindless.
I heard
eating.
somebody saying on the telly the other day, that it was quite interesting, that Italian food is the most boring in the world.
Is it?
Because, and he's got a point, it's... The first mouthful is exactly the same as the last mouthful. There's no variation. I thought, it's true. Pizza, the first mouthful, everything tastes the same, unless you've got one of those which, got different tastes around it.
Yeah. But they've done all sorts of experiments on stuff like with like tubes of Pringle type things, where you put like a stopper in it. So, you put a black crisp in, and just little things that make you sit up and take notice and makes you mindful. For a moment, and it causes people eat less when they're, and it depends how stuff's wrapped. I read a fab book once. What's it called? It's called Mindful Eating, Mindless Eating, Mindful Eating. Well, same thing. And they did things like if you feed somebody or if you eat from a big packet of anything, you will eat more. Yeah. Even if you don't like the taste of it, you'll eat it. Yeah. It's bizarre.
But I find if I eat chocolates, right, I can have one or two. And the thing that stops me is getting when your mouth gets sore. Do you know that weird thing? Like if you're going to eat something like Doritos or something like that, and your mouth gets really sore, and that's the only thing that stops me sometimes. Because I could go through the whole load without a worry.
Yeah, you just don't notice.
And tongue fastics as well. But I think those are the sort of things that make me feel a bit sick.
Yeah, I'm not that bothered by sweets, to be honest.
No.
Don't get me wrong, I'll eat them, force them down.
Yeah, so there you go. So even if you're a leader, you can. You can. It's everybody's human, as you say.
Absolutely.
And it's just one of them fangs, and everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah.
All right, gonna have a little bit more music, I think, and we'll be right back.
Uniting our community on 105 FM, Calon FM.
Flow Rider, Alexandra, girl, I know what you like.
There you go, and Alexandra Burke, and she was on Strictly Come Dancing, of course, and you're going to see Strictly.
Oh, I am very excited.
Not cheap, that is it? Not a cheap gig.
No, it's all right. There's only one here, but then that's not much fun, is it?
When you got daughters and they like it and all.
Oh, I know. And then there was the drama last year where one daughter went and the other didn't. Ooh.
Yes, there was, wasn't there? Yes, we like to choose our favourites. Actually, I quite liked Alexandra Burke on that. She was very good.
On Strictly, I thought she was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she should have won?
I thought she was the best, but I did think that Joe should have won.
You're on the Joe stuff.
Yeah, he had the biggest journey.
What about the beautiful Debbie?
I thought she was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And she got a bit of a hard time, really, didn't she? Just because she'd done a bit of ballet.
Stupid. People say, "Oh, she's too good."
And well, to be honest, and our daughter was one of those. She got right. Oh, she got very invested, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Yeah. Very nice. Very good indeed.
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
That's it. We've had our little rants. Back to the Weight Watchers. I'm joined this afternoon by Janet, my good lady wife. For how long now? How long have we been married?
Ooh, well, you should be saving for our 25th wedding anniversary. That's all I'm saying. 23 and a bit years, but because I want to go on a cruise and have a party.
Well, whatever. Cruise on a party.
Yeah, both surprise party, obviously.
Yeah, okay. I've been thrown now.
Sorry, 23 years.
23 years, yes. That's a long time.
It's a long time, isn't it?
It is a long time. It doesn't seem that long, does it?
No, I still remember the day.
What was the standout moment for you of our wedding day?
My dress.
Oh, dear me. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we've been married 23 years. And Janet is a Weight Watchers coach. And,
well done.
Oh, God. I'm just having a look now on the Facebook page for the Wrexham Music Services. And it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Don't cut the music. Don't cut the funding to the music.
Yeah, write to your local councillor. Email your local councillor. That's the way forward.
Yeah. Just do that. If you want something to stop, just do something about it.
Anyway, let's talk more about me.
Yeah. What do you think of me?
You're all right, I suppose. You could do with a shave. Nice haircut.
You can tell we're coming to the end of the show, can't you? We're going to the cinema this afternoon, incidentally.
Ooh, yeah.
And we're going to see the new Jumanji film, if we can get in. Has anyone seen it? Can anyone tell us if it's worth going? It looks belting. I love Jack Black. I love anything with Jack Black in it. But it looks like a whole lot of fun. And yes, we're going to take the children.
Are we going to get any popcorn?
No, God.
Please.
Pound shop underneath.
Okay.
We can get from there. Yeah. Yes. If you've seen Jumanji, the new one, let me know what it's like, will you?
Uniting our community on 105 FM. Calon FM.
The little tiny child.
How beautiful is that? Luli Lule. That was Straight No Chaser. Straight No Chaser, they're called. Never heard of them before. Heard them on the radio the other day, and I thought, ooh, I'm having that. Yeah, New Year's Eve tomorrow. We better have a little bit of this, hadn't we? A little bit of a practice for everybody.
Acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind.
There's Slade. Oh my God, that stopped a bit early, didn't it?
It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show.
Right, that's about it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us today, Jeanette.
I've had a lovely time, and I'm hoping that maybe people will pop along and see me.
Yes, go along and see Janet Friday mornings.
8:15 and 9:30, Gresford Methodist Church.
Okay, and what was the other one?
9:30 and 10:45 at Grosvenor Hall.
There you are. You can go see Janet. Lose a few pounds, man.
It'll be fun.
It sounds great, actually. But,
Quite good.
and pop in again see us. See us
Well,
sometime soon.
it'd be nice.
Yeah, do that. Right, and well, that's it for this year. You take care of yourselves. I'll be back next year to do it all over again. And until then, you take care of yourselves. Hulvaur, au revoir, toodle pip, take care, bye bye. Save Wrexham Music Service, come on!